for the back, this is what I have. My dart intake here is a total of 3 centimeters. Now you have to decide the number of panels you want. Now for this back, I have 2 panels already. If you want 3 panels, all you just have to do is divide it into 3. This is about 5. So I'm just going to do, let me say, 2.5. Then I'll just fold it across, up and down. Now since I have a total of 3 here, this gives me 1.5 on both sides. I'll just do 1 on both sides, then I'll do half on both sides here. Now at the top here, I can still do half on both sides, just half on both sides for tightening. Now you have to determine how you want it. For the back, for the bralet, I think I came up by ½ inch, so I think I'll just do a straight line. If you want yours to be curvy, the choice is all yours, and I just have to extend my lines to touch it like so. So I have part 1, part 2, part 3. Please, I also want to say something. If you want to use eyelet, you can reduce. If you want eyelet, sometimes you can go up by maybe 2 inch on both sides, 2 inch here, 1.5, and probably 2 if you want. But for this design, I will not be using eyelets really. I'll be using a zipper. Okay, so this part will be going off. Then you put your eyelet like so. I put it here on the other side. So please note, for this design, I did not snatch my waist for tutorial purpose because I'll be putting a zipper, right? My waist is, I think, 30 inches, and I just use 30 inches. Now if you want your waist to be snatched, you can remove like 3 or 4 inches from it. So as my waist is 30, if I remove 4, that will be 26. So I will have used 26 to do my waist shaping. Okay, but because I'm using just a zipper, there's a limit to how much I can snatch if I want to use a zipper. That is why I'm using my exact waist measurement. So this will just be like a normal blouse. All right, but remember, for the back as for the front as well, we added the strap. If you do not want a strap, you can just cut it this way. We are good to go. But if you want a strap, the first thing first is I have to ascertain my shoulder measurement. My shoulder measurement is 8 1/4. I have 2.75, and from here, this is where my 8 1/4 is. Now, this is the point. If you are familiar with the calibre bodies, you can decide to have a back dart here, or you can decide to just eliminate the excess and blend it into the neckline. So from my exact shoulder position, I think I used 1 inch for my shoulder strap. So from here, I just bring it all the way here. Now since I'm going with the upper one, I'll just reblend. Okay, so that is how my shoulder strap will be like. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to cut out. Oh, please, before I cut out finally, for the back waist M line, I think I should do it straight as well. The choice is all yours, whatever shape you want for the back, and I'll advise you to close your M before you cut out. Okay, close your M, close your dart before you cut out, so that you will not have shortages. And this is what my pattern looks like. I decided to separate this strap because I want this to be plain and I want this to be from net or a lace fabric. So this is how the back looks like. Please remember to indicate where the upper part of your patterns are, so that when you are cutting, you will not be confused. So this is it for the back, and this is what we have for the front. But then I have decided to make a little adjustment on my front pattern. Please, I repeat, if you want your waist to be snatched, on this waist I used waist 31, which is my actual waist. You can reduce your waist by probably 3 or 4 inches if you really want it to be snatched, if you'll be putting eyelet or your lace and loop at the back. But if you're using a zipper, probably just reduce your waist by 1 inch. Now for the little adjustment I want to make, I checked the original design, the picture of it, and I realized that the bralet and the Victorian corset were at the same level around the armhole region. I think mine came down by 1 inch or so at the waist region. So I'm just going to raise the armhole of this pattern. Okay, I'm going to raise it just by 1/2 inch. The front piece is fine, it's just the side piece here that I want to raise by 1/2 inch. Okay, this is not compulsory, this is just my personal preference. So then for this tutorial, I'll be making use of this leftover white lace fabric. It should do. I will not be lining I will not be lining this, but then I have decided to reinforce this by using a 2 fabric. Okay, so 1 layer of this and probably 1 or 2 layers of this, just to reinforce it and give it that skin tone effect. Or otherwise I can decide to make use of my leftover white tool. I think this is a little bit stronger, just to reinforce it. Okay, so I can still have that transparent effect, but it will be reinforced at the back. Now for the bralet, I will be making use of my leftover white satin fabric. This is just a piece of it. I can still cut my bralet from here, so stay tuned.